Alright, we're back. Part 2 is, I'm going to start off with what's called noise removal. Sometimes when you're talking with someone, generally when I set up interviews, I talk to them a little bit, make sure how much time they have, and maybe go over what we're going to talk about if we haven't already. And then I found that it's easier to give myself some kind of a setup in the actual recording with them on the line, because if one of the time-consuming things with the podcasts is cutting and inserting different different clips of audio. And so if I have to record an intro and an outro, that takes more time than if I get those both in the main recording. And then, chances are I'll probably have to do another intro to mention a giveaway or something like that that I forgot to. But ideally, it would be nice to have it all in one recording. So I start the interview with, "Thanks for listening to AudioTim. This is your host, Tim Ward. On the line today we have insert name here. How you doing?" Or "Thanks for joining the show." Give them some kind of a greeting to let them talk so that the audience can hear. If you've got more than one person, then you want to introduce them separately so that the audience knows what name goes with what voice. And sometimes there might be a little background. I've had where I had to figure out my mic settings better, and so there was a little static fuzz in the background. And that sort of a problem can go throughout the whole track. First of all, let me just do something here real quick. I'm going to split the track to mono. And the reason why I do that is because the top track is me and the bottom track is Mike. There can be things that I say that I mess up that I do not want to cut out of Mike's audio. If my chair squeaks, that's not going to be something I cut out of both. It's something I just cut out of one track. And so splitting it to mono for editing makes it easier to do that. Second, I'm going to click the zoom in tool so that I can get a more accurate click and cut ability. And so, back to the noise removal. Let's say this right here is, well, we've got some pretty clean audio, and that's a product of hard work, but let's just say that this is a section of the audio. And what you want to do is, when you're selecting a noise, you want to make it so it's just the noise. And so if you know that there's going to be a background noise that you can't get rid of, then just let it play. So let's say we gave 2 seconds. You might want a little bit more of just that noise playing. And so we select that by left click and dragging over both. If I just wanted to edit something from one track, I could do that, but then I drag it onto both so that I can edit from both tracks. And the reason why that's important is if I cut something off of here and then I hit either Control X to cut or Control K to completely delete it. I just always use Control X, but if I use Control X, notice how the time shifts, and so it's all out of sync, and so I do not want that. There's only certain times where I do that, where I might talk over someone and I'll cut a little bit on the top and then add that same amount to the bottom or whatever, just to kind of make it sync up again. Let's see. So I'm getting my noise profile. Select that, go up to Effect, click on Noise Removal, Get Noise Profile. So that tells the program that this is the noise that I don't want anymore, or I want it muffled as much as possible. Then I'm going to, if I want it on this whole track, I click in this area where it says mono and the hertz. Effect, back to noise removal, and I hit OK. And so that will remove the noise from the entire track. Of course I don't want that, so I'm going to undo that. Notice how the noise did get a little dampened there. Another thing that I didn't notice until much later is this project rate hertz at the bottom. Now I always change it to 44,000. For some reason, CallGraph starts it off at 16,000 hertz, and when I try and upload a file later to the application that I use on my website to insert the podcast, it tells me I might have playback issues at that hertz, and then when I try and change it, it made everybody talk really fast. I don't really understand it, but I just make sure that I'm at 44,000, and then everything's all good. It doesn't change it here, but it will once you're exporting the file. Okay, so we don't really have any noise here, but notice we do have this, and I press spacebar to play. And I've got this little click here. Okay, so there's going to be some just us chatting, and but anyway, in order to cut something, you spread it out like that, and then Control X, and it's that simple. When you have, let's see, I'm trying to find, there's a lot of ums and there's a lot of mouth tapping and stuff like that. If you notice right there, Mike's laughing. Let's say I was talking and Mike is making some noise in the background with his chair, or there's a dog barking. I can just click his side, go up to Generate, Silence, and OK, and that would only cut out his, it wouldn't cut out mine. Now he's laughing, so I'm going to leave that in. It makes me sound good. Okay, let's keep looking here. Did I really go this far without saying It's hard to believe. Okay, there we go. It's very easy to cut out the ums that look like that. And I just click for both tracks and Control X, and it's gone. This little breath here you may want to take out just because it sounds awkward, breathing and then nothing happens. Sometimes ums are okay to leave in there. If an is so close that to the next word that's spoken, you don't want to cut it out because it sounds clippy and forced, and as a listener you can tell that it's edited. So I don't cut out all the ums, but if I can do it smoothly like I did that one, then I will. And that's about it. You just go through the track and cut out what you don't want, and then the next recording will be for exporting that finished product to a WAV file.